Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been too long. Chrissie Mayr is back. You know her as the flagship host of our very own The Wet Spot. On tonight, forgot to ask her who her lovely guests are, but they're always lovely. Show's always good. She didn't give me any upcoming dates stand-up wise. I'll let her do that now. Chrissie, you can look in the booth right now and tell which one is the Rangers fan and through the Islanders hat I got them out, and which one who kindly enjoyed my gift.
You guys Islanders fans?
I don't think Bobby gives a shit, and Steve likes the Rangers, so he threw my hat away immediately.
Yeah, okay, so what did you think of the experience?
It was good, and I did see Go, by the way, and I didn't see it when it came out. Frank made me see it recently. He's like, you haven't seen this?
Does it hold up?
It's really good.
It's fun!
It brings me back to, like, that early aughts time of like pre-social media,
yes.
But like you're still reveling in your adolescence, and everyone, like, I never had a drug phase, but it like made me feel like, okay, this is what it would have been like if I did have a drug phase.
And it oddly makes you think I shouldn't have a drug phase. Like, you know, it's a good message for the kids.
They left their friend in a ditch overnight, like not in a ditch, but in a pile of garbage, and then they're like, oh, where's what's his face? And then the next morning he was still there and like not dead.
Yeah, I think whatever he was tripping on helped him last. And yeah, you know, you're kind of charmed with Timothy Olyphant and fully supportive of his love of possible affair with Kate Holmes, but yet he was almost about to kill the girl.
He played the perfect, like, hot but like devious drug dealer.
There it is. I think Joe, you're not yet intrigued? I mean, at the very least, Go rhymes with Joe.
Yeah, if you had a puka shell necklace phase, if you had like a Hot Topic phase, it's like
it was very much a lot of people I went to Emerson with, and I like that as well. But
is it Go exclamation point?
No, that's too much.
Okay.
That's too much even for them, those crazy kids. Dumb name.
It's just basically like an all-nighter. You follow these kids through like
yes,
and then it's like different, and then you can see it from different people's perspectives.
Oh, cool.
Vegas adventure I loved.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. Although there's lots of uncomfortable, like the food poisoning. Really felt like I had food poisoning when they had the buffet in Vegas and the guys eat the shrimp, and that was
the same
a bit
movie.
Much. Yeah, remember? Because, like, only Tay Diggs and the British guy go out. The other guys all have stomach indigestion.
Right.
This is making no sense to anyone who's never seen this.
Scene.
Yes, great. That was
I was like,
funny.
It's not that realistic, because, like, you need to, like, have both girls being like, yeah, neither one of us came. That would be more realistic.
Now I feel like I don't even have to watch the movie.
And yet we haven't given you any of the fun little twists. But it's a blast. And, again, I'd forgotten, but I believe it is a Christmas movie.
What?
Yeah, because remember, the dealer's all decorated for Christmas. And he's got the Santa hat on, he's got the tree. But it's like L.A., so you can never really tell.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was a fun hockey game. It was only the second
hockey game
I've ever been to, both of them with you.
And talk about a way to see a hockey game. Good Lord.
Ooh, you're overwhelmed. You almost don't even watch the hockey because you're so overwhelmed with the food that they keep putting out. The fridge just full of unlimited beers. There's like a fridge with like all the beers, White Claw, water, soda. Wow. They're bringing out pizza. Fucking Alex Stein was stuffing his face the whole time. Every time I turned around, he was putting cheese in his mouth. Like he
just
really
looks like I knew he was going to be that guy. This is disheveled guy, tie askew, and just kind of all there, you know. And
funny, like as soon as he put on the hat, I'm like, you look like the owner's son. Like he's like, oh yeah, he's like pretending to like order people around,
which you could really do. But I was telling Joe, it took all of my willpower to not towards the end just take my arm within the beer fridge where every kind of beer you go and just have a bag and be like
I made friends with the bartender. He was like, take a couple White Claws.
Wait, there was a bartender in this. Okay, I've never been in a suite that had a bartender.
He's like the best. I don't know, I guess
he was great. Oh yeah, anything it was just lovely.
He's from Long Island. He likes comedy. He said to hit him up if I'm doing a show out there. His name's Carlos.
Carlos, yes. And very upfront about accepting tips.
Right away, I was like, can I have a martini? He's like, no, you drunk slut. We're not doing martinis.
If it makes you feel better, he called me a drunk slut, too.
Yeah, he was saying it with his eyes.
Oh, my God. I should have stayed longer. I just started getting nervous about the train. See, that's when you go back to reality, Cinderella.
At the end, I was trying to say goodbye, and I was like, where the hell's Bill?
I started looking at the only way to get there is via Long Island Railroad, and it's like once every hour. I was getting very nervous. Since I've bored you with the Go, and I've bored you with the hockey. Ladies' choice as far as the story is concerned.
Wait, I kind of love this. This is a TikTok, people.
Uh-oh.
But it's also people suck.
And a people suck.
You're really gonna just dive
Is
into
you as...
Yes, it's me as Kevin McAllister.
Oh, my God.
Don't I look fucking adorable?
Yeah. You really should have been a child star.
I think it just looks like a kid picture of Ellen DeGeneres.
Opportunity here.
Yeah.
You're married now.
I am married now.
Oh, I have some marriage stories for both of you too.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't feel different, although I did just apply for a new Social Security card with my new name.
There you go.
Why didn't we lead with that?
So maybe once I get all the name change done, I'll feel different.
Well, so how is
like
it
that
that
you're
easy to
changing
do
your
it for
name. That's
Social
cute.
Security?
I paid for a service to send me all the paperwork, so it's pretty easy.
Well, you were telling me how complicated it is.
No, it's just a lot of steps,
Yeah. Pierre.
but it's pretty foolproof. I may still screw it up, but
I hope you misspell Goodhart. That
I
would
tell
be
you the
amazing.
What's your new last name? Goodhart?
the cursive G is the ugliest letter in cursive, so I have decided I will not be writing cursive G's when I sign my name. It's going to be a print G, and the rest all tied
That's
together.
what I do with the S in Schultz.
Yeah.
That's what I worry about too, is that when you do a signature, your first name is going to look like, obviously you've been signing it your whole life, and then you have this growing pains of like doing the last name, so it's going to look discombobulated.
You didn't? Did you legally change your name?
Well, I'm not married yet.
Oh, I thought that it had
just
already
got
actually
engaged
happened.
in,
Are you going
June.
to legally change your name?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, I have to keep my business name.
That's the
same,
thing.
'cause that's
So
what,
she wants
yeah.
to professionally change her name to Goodhart, but you've
Oh, wow.
got a good amount of credits.
Goodhart
Not
is
good
like
enough.
Goodhart sounds like way more of like a broadcaster name than
Like, hello, I'm going to get my Kennedy Center honor with the last name Goodhart.
Here is
Yeah.
where I will disagree. Goodhart sounds like the waspiest of wasp names to me, even though I know he's
Russian
half
Jew, Bill.
See, but most people
not
aren't going to know
Catholic, it's
that.
a Russian Jewish-
Nosochinsky sounds vaguely
It's
ethnic.
Good Hearts, and they removed the Z at the end.
Oh.
There you go.
See, I did a Jewish
See,
sounding.
I'm still, and then get this, at the wedding, our fathers got together, and Douglas's dad is like, we're a little Ukrainian too. And then I was like, if we are cousins, then it's too late.
That's why all the Ukrainians got have a vaguely Mila Kunis look to them, because they're all inbred. All inbred. She's got a little of it.
you do. Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
giant cartoonish eyes.
Yeah.
Then,
That's not a part of inbreed. That's not because of inbreeding.
well, you look like Mila Kunis, so I
Ukrainian?
assume it is.
It's a Ukrainian look.
I guess so.
How much Ukrainian are you?
Like half-ish. I don't know. It's hard because those borders changed back when my people were over there 4 generations ago.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, around there. Getting back to not just me sucking, but people sucking on TikTok. Okay, this is a TikTok trend. If you're on the app, you've probably seen it. People will say what their icks are about another person. Actually, we should do this. I would love to just say my icks
I think you'd be great at it.
about you. Well, it's a little different when a bunch of nurses in a hospital reveal their icks about their patients. So much so that now these labor and delivery nurses in Atlanta are former employees. That's right. After they made a video revealing their icks about these pregnant and new mothers, Emory Healthcare said,
Wow.
we're aware of this TikTok video that included disrespectful and unprofessional comments about maternity patients at Emory University Hospital Midtown. We have investigated the situation and taken appropriate actions with the former employees responsible for...
There's a run on nurses right now.
Video.
You got to be kidding me.
I
I'm
wanna
so
know-
against
I want to know
this.
what the icks are.
Okay, so I have
Yeah,
the video.
seriously.
The video was removed, I guess, from whoever originally posted it, but of course somebody has it and has reposted it. I have the video for you guys.
My ick is when you come in for your induction talking about, can I take a shower and eat?
My ick is when you ask me how much the baby weighs, and it's still in your hands.
Dad comes outside and asks for a paternity test right outside the room door.
Saying you don't want any pain medicine, no epidural, but you are at an 8 out of 10 pain with just a Cervidil. and you're still closed, fingertip.
When we've already told you to push the call light, but every 5 minutes, your
Excuse
family
me.
member coming
Excuse
at the
me.
front
Excuse me, can I
desk
have some water?
asking for something else.
Excuse me, can I have a blanket?
Another ick, when you're going room to room between one baby mama and your other baby mama.
Oh, no.
Oh
It's the
no!
unlimited trips to the nurse's station for me. My ick.
I wish I could see
is
their
when you come in
faces.
for your induction.
Okay.
Talking about.
So there are some people who are pretty pissed about it. Obviously, someone said, as a first-time mom, this makes me so sad and more nervous. I pray my nurses aren't like this.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I might ask. I don't even know what an induction is, what that entails. I might ask, can I eat? Can I not eat? Can I shower? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. So, like, y'all do
They
this
seem like
every day, but
basic questions.
some people only give birth once.
True, but in any profession where you're helping somebody else or serving someone else, you are going to complain about those people, even if they don't deserve it. And in this case, it's not like we're seeing the actual specific people that they're talking about. They could be anyone. And there is a run on nurses right now, and this seems pretty minor to me. To fucking fire them?
were
Fuck
fired
that.
over this?
That's what they said. They said they're formally employed.
That
Former
sucks.
employees. I mean,
That is horrible.
There was what, at least
can't believe I'm
five,
this upset.
5 people in that video. It sucks for the other nurses who probably were asked to do the video and were like, actually, no, that might not be the smart or the wise thing to do. Now these 5 nurses are fired. These other nurses are going to have to pick up
Yes.
that slack.
No one
It
is
sucks for
becoming
them.
a nurse right now.
Yeah, I think
There's no
nurses are
doubt in my mind.
overrated. Like, they're definitely not fucking heroes. Like, I feel similarly to teachers, they're fucking overrated. But I don't think they should have been canceled for that TikTok
Yeah.
because, like, I think they were dumb for making the TikTok. I don't think they should be like fired for it. And like everybody, like we bitch about people who come on the network who are like, I remember
Every
like
day.
for weeks we were talking about like, well, Steve had a good time with Kendra Sunderland. You got to feel her boobs. When she did my show, she was too high to function. And like, so we all have things that are like, okay, this person made a rookie mistake or this person doesn't know like how to be.
That makes it
Yeah.
tolerable when you can bitch about them afterwards. We too have had dealt with people that have been too high.
I agree that, like, yeah, maybe firing, not the best idea. I definitely think some sort of repercussions. However, they didn't name specific, like, there's no breach of what do you call it?
Yeah.
Like doctors'
HIPAA.
rules.
There's no
Yeah.
HIPAA breach.
Yeah, the
They're not
AMDs.
They
doxing
didn't
what hospital
specify
they're at.
people. It was generalities. I think it in itself is kind of an ick, but like other professions do this. Oh my, I should do this for bartending. For like what people do.
You know
give
that's out
someone-
there.
I give someone a menu, like the food menu, and they go, how does this work? Can you explain this to me? How does this work? I'm like, it's a fucking menu. You decide what you want.
This is why you get 10%.
Is this
tip.
going to be enough food? I don't know how hungry you are. I don't know the size of your stomach. Like, what am I
Wow.
supposed, you know? But
I want to.
so I get it's kind of the same. Like, it's kind of the same. But it is just a little weirder when, you know, there are new babies' lives and mothers' lives potentially on the line, and you do trust these nurses. I'm not going to kill you with an extra side of broccoli, but, you know, someone
Well, and
else-
apparently very busy baby daddies in the hospital.
yeah,
When
that
I'm
is
at a
weird.
restaurant, I do
Row.
ask that question of enough food, but I don't really say is it enough. I go like, is it how big is the
Sure.
portion? Is it like this? Like
That seems like a valid question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid,
Yeah.
but just like, is that enough?
Eh.
And I want to be like, no, order 10 more dishes.
wow.
I'm
It was-
always interested in
yeah.
the ones that get a fire under your ass.
These nurses were a little cunty, but like this is regular like work cuntiness. They shouldn't have TikToked it. They should have like gone to happy hour and like
Yes.
and kvetched to each other and like
Yeah.
gotten over it.
But, oh, God, rehire them. Jesus, for just anyone that's going into a hospital right now, you think the wait's bad enough as it is. Good Lord. Slap on the wrist.
Wow.
Slap on the wrist.
You
That's
gotta
all
stop
gotta give 'em.
canceling people. Like
Well,
you know what?
Yeah.
I wonder if they could then, if they could sue the ones who were fired for wrongful termination. It's possible. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
do you think
yes.
unless when they're hired, there's some sort of no social media clause?
maybe.
Well, I've got one that will still help Chrissie. It's too late for you.
Okay.
Oh.
6 topics. This is kind of a duddy, but it's not a study. So
By the way, I tried to read this and it like wouldn't let me.
Oh, you're already married. It won't let you.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Really? That's weird. 6 topics you must discuss with your partner before marriage.
Oh.
Some of these are.
I can
Most of
guess
these
what
are
they
pretty.
are.
Yeah. All right. Give me a couple, and I bet I'll tell you.
Finances, like, do you
Number
have
1.
any debt? Yeah, shit like that. 2 would be like, if we want to have kids, or like, how do you want to raise them? Like religious,
That.
homeschool.
You know what?
Whatever.
That's not
Do you
in
have the
there,
same
which I think
values?
that's a big one.
What? That's
Kids.
like
That's
really
a big
important.
one. Yeah. Want to try another one?
Like, how do you want to divvy up chores? I guess.
Yes, housekeeping.
Yeah.
That one surprised me, but I guess it makes sense because you can get resentment there. So
Yeah.
first one nailed it. Finances. What percentage of your income should be saved or spent? What are your
Ooh.
financial goals? You guys actually seem pretty good about that, mostly because you're both cheap. But
Well, yeah, I mean, we hold on to what we make because as actors / freelancers, is that what I should call myself? Lord help me.
Yeah.
You don't know when your next job could be, or you don't
Yeah.
have a fixed income, so you can't say a certain percentage of my paycheck is going anywhere.
yes, yeah. I mean, does that resonate with you, Chrissy?
I also don't know. I mean, I really should have Joanne's attitude, but I'm just kind of like, I'm pretty YOLO. Especially around the holidays, I fucking overspend on everyone, like, proudly. And I, like, not that I make people feel bad for it. I'm just like, I like to be the one that spends more.
I want people to
I don't
start
know why
feeling
that
bad for
is.
me spending, period.
Is that your love language? Is gifts like one
It's
of
up there. I also love rapping. Like, it's a fucking, I should do a video about it.
I have so many I could give you right now if you love it that
I
much.
love it.
Oh,
I used to like put my face up against the window at Papyrus and just watch the gays do their magic like for years.
Mine just look like I'm developmentally disabled. To this day, it just looks like a 4-year-old rapped it, and it's not, and I
Yeah.
get made fun of for it.
People's biggest mistake is they use too much paper. You have to cut it like pretty close to the item, and then it's all about
That's my problem.
clean folding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like looks like 2 presents when I'm done with it. This one I did not guess, and I don't think many people have this discussion. Work-life balance. Discuss how both of you will prioritize together time, alone time, and social time. No one does that. And if you have difference in this, how will you adjust to each other's demands?
Right.
It seems like all of this is for people who have never lived together
Right.
before. Because all of this presents itself within the first year
Yep.
of co-living in a space.
Yes.
You learn about chores, who's going to divvy up what.
Right.
You learn about how much time someone spends on work or in front of the TV or needs to be alone, whatever it might be. Like you figure that out.
Each of you decompresses. Like
Yeah.
Frank knows, like when I'm cunty, it's time for alone time. Like, or he'll be like, he won't say you're in a mood, but he'll be like, he knows, like, if I haven't been to the gym in a while, or if I haven't, like, taken a bath, like, he knows, like, what the things are that can, like, calm me down.
Oh my God,
whatever.
I've forgotten what it's like to date a girl, but even I know to never, ever say, you're in a mood. Like that, that seems to be 101 right there.
I'll be like, is your period coming? I'll be like, yes.
Douglas will be like, do you need a snack? And I'm like, yes. That's why I'm a raging bitch.
Early on, I still remember this, when you were co-hosting, Douglas literally came into the studio to give her a snack because she was getting hungies.
That's really cute.
You are mistelling this story.
I'm not.
I left my phone, this is before we lived together, I left my phone at his apartment to come into work. And I was like, crap, I need my phone. So I had you text him
That's all right.
if he could bring it in because I knew he had to come in for an audition or something. And so with my phone, he brought a bag of M&Ms.
That's what I said.
That's
But
cute.
it wasn't like he just came here because I needed a fucking
I think
snack.
that he had a sixth sense to know that you were hungies and
Or it's
probably in a
just
mood.
sweet. He's
That's
just
really nice.
He has a good heart.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're talking sex. You should both discuss the fact that you'll never have any. Be sure to talk about your expectations for frequency and types of sexual preferences. Nobody has that discussion. Moreover, you should discuss how to plan to prioritize sex as you get older. And life gets busier with careers and children. You should also talk about your expectations for your wedding night and honeymoon. Be specific about your needs so that nobody is blindsided by what comes ahead. Well, you don't know until you get the kids and stuff what is going to come ahead, but
Yeah, you can't plan that all of that.
I was gonna. Well,
I
this.
think it's you just need to just be
through
honest.
it.
No one talks to each other
Yeah.
honestly about what it is they want or need.
Or don't want.
And then they just build up resentment
Yes.
and
Mhm.
hold it in, and then it just blows up. So it's like,
Yeah.
just be honest. I don't know. We overcomplicate things.
I agree. Very sensible. And I was about to lambast psychology today for this, but it's not psychology today. That's usually where we get these.
Yeah.
Chrissy, agree, disagree?
Are there certain things you and Frank have been discussing?
We have been looking at wedding venues, but yeah, we're both on board with like, okay, we don't want to like spend a shit ton on like a wedding and then have like no money for a house,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
it seems dumb to. And I'm like, who are weddings for? I feel like they were created when like you were before you had your own jobs. It's like your parents were kind of sending you off, and it was mostly what they wanted. And now it's like we've lived together for like we've been dating 8 years, so it's like we've been living together. We have everything that when we lived in an apartment together, all that's in storage, because we were looking for a house like a year and a half ago, and everything was crazy expensive, like $50K plus over asking. So we're like, well, let's just move in with his parents for like a couple months. This is a year and a half ago, so it's like it already feels like
talk about it. That's a great way to save money, and that's
Yeah.
how they back in the day when weddings were just an exchange of goods, women being the goods.
Yeah, it feels
everyone lived
weird
together anyway. That's how it worked, you know.
It feels weird having like a wedding registry. It feels weird being like, buy me a $300 blender. It just
Here is the issue. Again, you asked, who is the wedding for? A lot of times it's not you. And there are going to be people who want to get you a gift. And this has already happened to Douglas and I because we have not yet registered. They get you whatever they feel like.
right.
Because they go searching for your registry, they don't see anything, they don't know what you might like or need, and they buy you something you don't like or need. So
yeah.
it is better to just have a few things. It's
Okay.
for those people who want to contribute, who want to feel like they're a part of it. You know, and it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you don't get everything on the registry, like, who cares?
Wow. Yeah, I just feel like at this point we've bought everything. It feels weird. It's just, I have a really hard time asking for things, like, and even just like.
Let me tell you how.
Yeah.
No, you could do. There's so many like sites now where it's essentially like, give me money.
I hate that.
But
though.
not
I hate
that. It's like the
Ugh.
Honey Fund is one of them, so people can contribute to things for your honeymoon, like a dinner or an excursion or a whatever. People can put money towards that for you, so they still feel like they're buying you
Makes it easy from the
something.
giver's standpoint. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It is weird. The whole thing is fucking weird. Like, even, you know, I'm already married, but we're doing another wedding in May. But I'm still doing a bridal shower because I know my mother-in-law and her sisters and the women, my aunts, will want to go to a bridal shower. They'll want to celebrate me in that way.
Guy equivalent would be the bachelor party because it's always the married friends that demand the bachelor party. It's like a night of freedom
We
for
need
them.
this.
Oh my God, they're the only ones that like the strip bars. Never like strip bars. But married dudes fucking. It's like cheating without cheating, all that shit, and just an excuse to drink as much as possible because they don't, and it's that is so much more for the friends than it is for the groom.
Yeah.
Me and Frank have joked like if he were to have a stripper at his bachelor party, like it could be somebody I know, like who of all my friends are like.
You've got a lot of nominees from some of your guests. Like seriously, they'd love probably a porn star to do it. Although you got to be careful with them because anything could go. Social life. Is a conversation. Having separate social lives along with shared activities is a healthy way to maintain a relationship. How much time can you give to friendships and how you feel about your partner traveling with friends should be out in the open as well. That wouldn't have occurred to me to discuss, but I suppose it's a thing.
Well, it just depends on if you trust your partner's friends or not.
Don't.
No, but it's like clearly if you don't trust like your husband's friends, then you're not going to feel comfortable
Right.
with him traveling with them.
Right. That's a weird conversation to have before a wedding, though. It's just very I don't know. It's
but
You
again,
could
that's
have.
something you learn.
I think you could have shady friends and still conduct yourself in a
Yeah.
good way if you're out.
totally, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're marrying the guy, not his friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have tons of shady friends. Like,
Oh God, I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the shadier ones in my old age, but they just keep pulling me back in. Well, so that is, you guys, I guess, have gotten an A as far as this is concerned. I
yeah,
don't know.
communication. You're right. Because as things come up, you just have to be okay. Like, with that feeling of like, because it is scary to communicate. Because you have this fear, like, once I don't know, like this person now has the power to like not give you, like once you verbalize it, then it can be rejected or turned down or ignored. So it almost feels safer to like not even bring it up.
I hate the acrimony, and when these type of conversations, you're going to get some. It's like, and it's a good way to avoid is not do it, but I guess overall, that's probably not a healthy thing to do.
Yeah.
But
But you have to communicate. Like that's the grease that keeps the machine going. Because then you get crusty, and then you end up like my parents did, where they're like so resentful. All they did was fight.
yeah, man, you're right. It's so many couples that have been together for so long, they're just powder cakes. 2 powder cakes in a place.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or there are those friends, I mean, maybe I just have them. There's one couple specifically who I think the main way that they experience intimacy is by fighting.
Oh, I could not handle. I
You know,
can't
like
handle
there
that.
are some couples where you're like, you're always fighting. Why? And it's like, oh, this must be how you feel close to the other person.
like it ends in sex or something?
No, I don't mean that way. I
yelling.
mean, like, this is your quality time together. This is
For
your
now.
face-to-face exchanging of energies,
Wow.
intimacy. Like, that's, and I think that probably a lot of that is learned, you know,
Yeah.
what people see their parents do or whatever. But
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
exhausting.
not my love language. We all know mine is acts of service. Do the dishes, take out the garbage.
And we also know that love language is a fancy way of saying Joe likes it when you give her stuff. But love language makes it sound less narcissistic.
My love language is all of them.
I like that. I saw the Prince Harry and Meghan thing, but unless you got something you want to talk about.
Didn't we already do that?
Well, yeah, but we hadn't watched it
I
yet.
haven't watched it. Did you watch it?
No, Harry seems like such a pussy to
got
me.
sucked
like,
in.
I just,
Oh, yeah, he is,
Hey,
kind of.
Bobby, did you watch?
I watched the first episode. You can learn everything you need to know about their relationship by looking at the 2 friends Meghan Markle brings with her on vacation.
Okay.
really?
Forgot about
she
that.
was out there fishing.
Wow, that hat really goes with your outfit.
Thank
like,
you. It worked perfectly.
It's like it's all working.
So wait, was this vacation before she and Harry were officially together?
When they
This
were
was
first.
she was single, and so she was like, I'm gonna take 6 months and just go on vacation and find myself and really stay single. And then she brought these 2 very ugly friends with her, and it's like, oh, you weren't trying to stay single. You were out in England trying to find a rich guy, and
I
it just
see.
worked out.
Wow.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, the first 2 dropped. The first 3, I fucking, the highlights of the weekend were with you. Other than that, it was a lot of watching shit like this. The whole thing is sympathize for me, feel my pain. And the thing, and I don't even need to read this thing, but it's basically an op-ed saying that their goal was to become more sympathetic, but it was quite the opposite.
Wow.
Neither come off great. And also the big thing is like, leave us alone. We want the privacy that we can't get in England. And then they
They're
come.
like, leave us alone. And then they're constantly like getting out in front of the cameras, like, leave us alone. And then it's like, it must be so fucking nice to be Harry. It's like you have all the press, all the benefits of the royal family with none of the responsibility.
Boy, even more so now. I don't. The whole thing too is like whether or not they're going to lose their titles. I kind of thought they already did.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if it was bad enough so far for that to happen, which means it was a little dull. But the other thing too is like the money will probably run out unless they do shit like this. So that part I kind of get. But again, they got all these clips of them saying, we just want to be left alone
We're
and
such victims.
away from the press and everything. But
Well, I mean, it's the narrative, right? It's just a matter of they want to be the ones in control. I think, I don't know, does anyone ever really want privacy? Those who do move to a very remote part of the country
Right, and, they
and
check
live off
out.
grid. Like
Yeah.
they're still in like, wealthy person land, surrounded by other celebrities and stuff. So
I had a little taste of wealthy person land at the party you went to and the party we went to, and I like it. I'd like more of that, please.
Yeah.
If it means that the paparazzi's going to follow me around or stuff like that, well, oh well.
See,
They'll be bored out of their minds.
Gino was supposed to come, and I was like, well, he's going to be the most disruptive, drunkest person there. But then when he didn't show up, I was like, oh, that's going to be me now.
I thought you were going to say me. I was telling her I did the whole third period thing where you go down and see it really close to the ice.
Yeah, I did that too. That was fun.
I loved hockey from that perspective. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to afford tickets like that every time I go. But
they're so focused. I was like putting my boobs on the glass and everything, and like I got nothing.
Oh man, why didn't I go with you? But well, I guess we've learned a lot. Or everyone's dumber.